Hi, my name's Julian and I'm proud to be here today. I'm a board member of the Karey Kareful Foundation and I'm here with one of the founders, the author of these fantastic books, Christopher Williams.
Okay.
The reason we're here is to actually say thank you to the groups of students that we have working with us. Every year through my own business, I get one or two project teams from the master's degree in project management from the University of Sydney to help me with projects. And I suggested to Chris that we engage a couple of teams from that particular program, known as the Capstone program, to assist us with this, which is absolutely fantastic to have you guys on board. Over to Chris.
Thanks, Julian. And first of all, could I say a special thank you to Julian and the two teams. It's fantastic working with you and you're doing great. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, my name is Christopher Williams and I am the author of the Karey Kareful storybooks. They're all laid out here in front of us. Now, I penned the original Adventures of Karey Kareful poem nearly 20 years ago when I was rolling wheelchairs around the bush for charity, and I saw firsthand the devastation that bushfires had caused both to human beings and to animals. And so Karey the kangaroo and his mate Careful Koala in the wheelchair came to life. And here they are on the front of our very first book. Here we go. Now, 4 more books followed very quickly. How we got our names, how we helped Santa, How We Saw Australia Volume 1, and How We Saw Australia Volume 2. Now, I'm not only the author, but I'm one of the 2 founder members of Karey Kareful Foundation, which is a registered charity that's been set up to provide free 5-book sets of the Karey Kareful storybooks to all special needs kids in special needs schools and classes in Australia. So, I'm one of the founder members. The other one is Anne Victoria, my soulmate and better half. She's a fabulously talented artist and illustrator, and during her long career, she spent 20 years teaching art to kindy and first class kids. And in those classes, usually, were a few special needs kids. She developed an affinity and a bond with these special needs kids, and over the years, she's progressed more and more to actually helping special needs kids. And this bond that she developed came through in all the illustrations, every one of them. There's nearly 150, 200 in the books. And here we are, look, I'll just show you a couple. There we are, look at that. Here's 2 of our mates. Now, as I was saying, she developed this bond, and the stories of Karey Kareful, of their struggles and their courage when they're caught in the bushfire, for example, and Karey, his tree burns down and he ends up on the ground, but bounces up and he lands straight in Karey's pouch, and Karey hops him off to the dock. So here you've got 2 mates who help each other through times of trouble, rough times, when times are tough. It's all about mateship and looking after your mate when things are tough and he's doing it rough. Okay? And then when we showed our other special needs teacher friends, a couple of years later, I think it was 2021, the first thing they said was, these are fantastic. And how quickly can we get them, and where do we get them? And we want them now.
Yeah, so it's really good that already there are 1,000 children in Australia with the 5-set book, which is fantastic. So that's 5,000 books have gone out to 1,000 children, special needs children. What we're currently doing is looking to get another 5,000 children, and we're doing that in the next stage, which is actually supported by two great supporters, that's IGA Supermarkets and Bendigo Bank, plus a range of other people as well. But the point there is that it's enough to actually purchase and have printed another set of 10,000 books, which will go out to 2,000 children. Again, there's 5 in the set, so that's the numbers there. Now, I said to Chris, I said, with all the activity that we're doing, wouldn't it be great to have a couple of teams of project management students to actually assist us with the Karey Kareful rollout, which is great. So we've actually got 2 teams, which is great. We've got one team which is working on the rollout of the next set of books. So the ones that are currently being printed, that's 10,000 books going out to 2,000 children, and that's happening in May and June. And because IGA supermarkets are involved, along with Bendigo Bank, the distribution is actually going to go out via the IGA supermarkets, and then the IGA supermarkets will actually go and deliver them to the different schools within their area, which is fantastic. And the second project team is working on the launch, the formal launch of Karey Kareful Foundation. So we're going to have a national launch. Obviously, we do a lot of public relations around that, a lot of social media around that. As well, that will actually help us increase the awareness of us to actually raise additional funds for the next set of books that go out as well. So those 2 programs, it's great to have the 2 groups of students from the University of Sydney working with us. So back to Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Julian. Yeah, the teams are being fantastic. They're really doing a great job already. And as Julian said, one side is the delivery, where the books, the 10,000 next lot of books are being printed as we speak, and they'll be going out through the professionalism of the delivery team in the next month or 2, and that's going to set us up for the success in the future of what we call Project 1 Million. Now, Project 1 Million, that's our goal. We want to provide free of charge to special needs kids in Australia, all 200,000 of them. We want to provide them with their own 5-book sets. That's 1 million books, and we want to do it by 2030.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Well, I'm proud to be part of Karey Kareful. I'm one of the directors of the foundation, and I'm really pleased that, because of this rollout of additional books, we're actually raising the awareness of the books in the market, in education areas, and most importantly, increasing what we call the reading program. The children actually reading the books, which is great. And we actually have a national ambassador who's come on board, and his name is Angus. He is works at Coast FM radio station in Gosford on the Central Coast, and he's been involved quite some time now, and he actually has his own radio station program on the radio station, and we got a great quote from him because he himself is actually living on the autism spectrum. He has autism. So as he says, living on the autistic spectrum himself, he knew that the first time he saw the books, if they had been around when he was at primary school, his life could have been quite enriched, to say the very least. So it's actually fantastic that someone recognises the value of these books. So fantastic. We're back to Chris.
Yeah, there we go. Look, I just want to add my thanks to everybody. It's been fantastic, and we can't thank you enough. Can we, Julian?
Okay, thank you very much indeed, guys.
Cheers.